one of the benefits of the CLA is meeting up with potential customers, and in this particular case, Wes Shrader and I have been very good friends for a long time, shooting together at a lot of events and so on. Wes came to me and wanted a rifle built, and as we began to process this thing, he talked about then wanting a pistol as well, and talking about a match set. As we begin to talk about wood, we were talking about that connection as friends for a long time. And this is a piece of wood. All the items in this set, the wood was taken from a tree on my home place in Indiana where I grew up many years ago. And so Wes said, I would like something, be able to say that my gunmaker friend built this, as it started, a rifle and a pistol, from this wood from your home place. And again, that whole thing of connecting, it's more than just a sterile piece of wood, but it's something that has feeling between the two of us. And so as he gave me a few parameters of what he wanted, the kind of a barrel and lock and so on, and then we took it from there. One of the things he said surprised me, and as we have been shooting friends for a long time, we've got to a tough target, and we've mentioned we need to aim small on this one. And instead of just shooting at the overall object, you need to focus. And so I used the theme of aim small, miss small. And so that was something between Wes and I that I put on his rifle here on the side plate, engraved in this piece. This became the aim small, miss small set. First on the rifle, and then as we talked about the pistol being the next thing. And so all the elements of artistry are in the match set. On the butt cap here is the same flower as I have on the patchbox finial of the rifle. Lock's the same, side plate's the same, the engraving is the same, or the carving, excuse me, the wood carving. Muzzle cap, the same characteristic muzzle cap, and so on. Well, it grew into a knife. He said, I want a knife. And so as we begin to design the knife, he said, I want it to look like the butt plate or the butt end of a rifle. And he mentioned about a butt plate. So I forged this miniature butt plate. Is what would you even call it? The butt cap of the knife? Absolutely. Again, the same thing as the finial, or the muzzle cap on the pistol and the rifle here. Aim small, miss small is here. Again, tying it together as a set. The hunter star that's on the cheek rest of the rifle is on this side of the knife. And then the little miniature toe plate with the acorn and my stamp, LH, and the decoration, the same thing that I put on the rifle here on the toe plate. So it's another matching item. He next said, I'd like a belt axe. I was challenged. I've never made an axe head before. And so did a little study on what I would need, and I forged that out of a railroad spike. The first little axe head that I've made. Again, the Indiana wood, aim small, miss small in sterling silver, and the hunter star on the other side, same decoration. I forget exactly which item was next. I think he said, I want a horn and bag. Well, I am not a bag maker per se, but I did sew up this bag, and again, put the silver oval with the aim small, miss small. The horn is a very plain Virginia style horn. Again, the Indiana wood for the stopper and the plug. with a sterling silver inlay with aim small, miss small, hand forged staple, and hand sewing again that I did. Short starters, one of the items you use in getting the ball started down the barrel. Same thing, Indiana wood. I've been making these loading blocks for a long time with the powder in this section, patch round ball, and your short starter. And again, this is the same Indiana wood. One distance for the rifle, and I made a smaller capacity for the pistol. I use a cleaning or range rod, again, the Indiana wood, tying that together. The beaver is, as I mentioned earlier, we were together in a group called Beaver Creek Long Knives. Did I get that right? We were in a group called Beaver Creek Long Knives, and it struck me one day in making a priming flask of a beaver. Again, this Indiana wood. This little cap, it's tough when you're out in the woods to load one of these pistols with this little bitty ramrod. And I finally got the idea, if you carry this little knob in your pocket, you just slip it over the ramrod and you can load very easy. Slip that in your pocket. And so you can load very well. And so the whole set really came together as friend to friend as well as maker to customer. Well, do you have any?
The only thing I can add to that is this was definitely a work in progress. We started off with rifle and pistol in mind. Tied it in, like I say, with the Indiana wood. I definitely wanted that. Special to me that it came from Lowell's home place. And then it grew. I would go home and have these thoughts of what I could add to this set. And I would come see Lowell and he would go, well, okay, we can do that. And it has grown into this. I have to say, I did not know that it was going to be called Aim Small, Miss Small. I told Lowell I wanted something on each piece that tied it together. So down the road, 100 years from now, this set were out there, people would be able to say, oh, yes, that all goes together as one set. And when everything was done, Lowell, of course, showed me that it was the Aim Small, Miss Small. And it is very appropriate. I don't know if we came up with that before the movie or after, but at any rate, Aim Small, Miss Small is very special to me. I even named the rifle before I ever shot it, Amy, for the Aim Small, and she's just called Miss Small. So it's a great set, and I certainly appreciate Lowell's work and dedication to this. Thanks, pal.
You're welcome. And this is the kind of thing that, as a maker, really bonds me together with a customer, and then especially, what is this accounted for? About 3 pointers or something like that already?
Yes.
And
yes.
so it's not just, I call it functioning art. It gives me extreme thrill when my customers take it out and harvest game with something I've created. It's just an extra blessing for me to see these items used just like they would have in the old day to bring home the game.
Yeah, I will say all Sparky's pieces are made to use, and I do use them. Well, it's a nice collection. I've used every piece on here so far, and it functions flawlessly. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you.